When it comes to privacy, we've talked about email, apps, and web browsing, but what about your voice, pictures, and video? My last 3 videos covered Apple's WWDC conference and iOS's privacy features for email, apps, and web. If you missed them, you can find them in the description. In this last video, I'm going to talk about Siri and iCloud's new privacy features, then talk about how I feel with all this iOS 15 privacy stuff. Okay, so Siri, up till now, would send users voice recordings to Apple servers, have them converted to commands, then return those commands to the phone. iOS 15 will have Siri do all the conversion on the device itself, so there'll be no need for voice recordings to go to Apple headquarters. This means that requests are filled faster. Apple demonstrated how snappy this will be.
You can now make many requests without an internet connection. Check this out. I'll do a few requests back to back. Open Photos. Open Calendar. Turn on airplane mode.
Did you see that? He used Siri to turn on airplane mode, which means he cut off the internet, but Siri keeps working.
Turn on airplane mode. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Switch to dark mode.
Pretty slick. When we all started this personal assistant machine learning journey with Siri, Alexa, and the Google Assistant, those companies needed lots of data to train up their AI. But now they have it. The AIs have learned all they need to convert speech to text. Apple has distilled that package of data down into something that can be embedded into iOS 15, so there's no longer a need to constantly train the AI. I think other companies will probably follow suit in coming years. Apple encourages its users to store as much as possible in iCloud. It is one of their primary paid services after all. And although they give users 5 gigabytes for free, that fills up pretty quickly if used for backing up an iPhone or to save pictures and video. Macs also have a built-in option to store their documents and desktops in iCloud. All that data adds up and can be loaded with private and irreplaceable information like contacts, family photos, tax documents, and so on. What happens if someone loses access to that data by a forgotten password or losing a trusted device like an iPhone? Or what if the user dies and the family has no way to retrieve that information? Apple will roll out 2 services to address these issues: Account Recovery and Digital Legacy. Account Recovery will have users set a designated trusted contact who will receive a code. The contact will then tell it to the user so the user can recover their iCloud account, similar to how you get a text message code when you set up 2-factor authentication. Digital Legacy will allow users to bequeath the iCloud data to a loved one upon death. That's kind of it. It's always difficult to pivot from death, but that completes my breakdown of the privacy features coming our way this fall. When I take a broad view of these privacy features from Apple, I have to ask why they're focusing on it so heavily. Of course, customers want privacy, since we're starting to see just how valuable that really is. It will also make Apple's ecosystem tremendously more sticky. I mean, if you thought moving your contacts from iPhone to Android or Windows was a hassle, just try to give up access to all your puppet email accounts that protect you from spam, right? This privacy push also drives spending on services like iCloud, which, while cheap, probably will go up at some point, and also encourages users to bundle with other services like iCloud Family. Privacy also sets them way apart from their rivals. Google could choose to stop tracking people through its ad services, but they aren't. Facebook could offer an ad-free, subscription-based version on their service, but they won't. Microsoft could have incorporated all of these Apple features into Windows 11, along with all the superficial stuff like rounded corners and a centered menu bar, but they haven't. And Amazon could have Alexa keep all your voice recordings and requests on device, but they're not going to do that. I think at the end of the day, the biggest reason Apple's moved hard and fast on privacy is that it gives them a mock monopoly. That's a monopoly that only exists because the competition doesn't want to compete in that space. Eventually they will, but until then, Apple will scoop up a lot of new customers, generate service revenue from those customers, and make it unappealing to leave. That finishes off the privacy features for WWDC 2021. I hope you have a clearer idea of the privacy issues at play and how Apple will respond to them. I'll see you next time.